In a world full of possibilities, there are places where dreams become reality, where happiness and quality of life intertwine. These are the destinations where you can live your best life, where opportunities abound and dreams can flourish. A tapestry of cultures, welcoming and embracing all, where safety and peace of mind are paramount. Top 10 countries to live your best life. Join us as we embark on a journey to discover these extraordinary destinations. From breathtaking landscapes to thriving communities. The top 10 countries to live your best life, where dreams find their home. Determining the best countries to live in can be subjective and depends on individual preferences and priorities. However, based on various factors such as quality of life, healthcare, safety, education, economic opportunities, and environmental factors, here is a list of 10 countries that are often considered favorable places to live. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. Number 1. Sweden. The Kingdom of Sweden, flanked by Norway to the west and the Baltic Sea to the east, expands across much of the Scandinavian peninsula and is one of the largest countries in the European Union by land mass. Capital city Stockholm was founded in the 13th century, and border disputes through the Middle Ages established the modern-day nation. Sweden operates under a model similar to those of other Nordic nations, heavily capitalistic with a large percent of spending going toward public service. Once well above the global average, tax rates have decreased, and an advanced infrastructure and transportation network assist with equal wealth distribution. Healthcare, as well as a college education, are free, and its people boast one of the longest life expectancies in the world. Almost all of Sweden's trash is recycled. Number 2. Denmark. The Kingdom of Denmark emerged in the 10th century and includes 2 North Atlantic island nations, the Faroe Islands and Greenland. Along with Sweden and Norway, it forms Scandinavia, a cultural region in Northern Europe. Copenhagen, Denmark's capital, is home to notable institutions such as the Copenhagen Stock Exchange. The capital also serves as a hub connecting Northern Europe with the rest of the world, with the largest international airport in Scandinavia, an active port, a subway system, and the Öresund Bridge, connecting the city to Malmö, Sweden. Since 1849, Denmark has operated under a constitutional monarchy. Queen Margrethe II is the current ceremonial head of state, and Mette Frederiksen is prime minister. The Folketing is Denmark's supreme legislative body. Its members are elected by the Danish people. The Danish government is perceived as highly stable and very transparent. Number 3. Canada. Canada takes up about 2/5 of the North American continent, making it the second largest country in the world after Russia. The country is sparsely populated, with most of its residents living within 125 miles of its border with the United States. Canada's expansive wilderness to the north plays a large role in Canadian identity, as does the country's reputation of welcoming immigrants. Although the Norse briefly settled in Canada during the 10th century, European exploration accelerated in the 1500s. France and Britain angled for control over the region, with the British cementing their dominance in the year 1763. The country was a collection of British colonies until it became a self-governing dominion in 1867. Number 4. Switzerland. Switzerland, officially called the Swiss Confederation, is a small country in Central Europe made up of 16,000 square miles of glacier-carved Alps, lakes, and valleys. It's one of the world's wealthiest countries and has been well known for centuries for its neutrality. The Swiss Confederation was initially founded in 1291 as a defensive alliance among cantons. In 1499, the Confederation became independent from the Holy Roman Empire. In 1848, a new constitution turned the Confederation into a centralized federal government, ending a period of conflict. Since then, the country has enjoyed relative tranquility. Number 5. Norway. The Kingdom of Norway is the westernmost country in the Scandinavian peninsula, made up mostly of mountainous terrain. Nearly all of its population lives in the south, surrounding the capital, Oslo. Norway's coastline is made up of thousands of miles of fjords, bays, and island shores. The Norwegians developed a maritime culture and were active throughout the Viking era, establishing settlements in Iceland and Greenland. For many years, Norway's fate was tied to Denmark and Sweden. In 1905, Norway gained independence from Sweden through a referendum. The country was neutral during both world wars, but was nonetheless occupied by Nazi Germany for 5 years. Norway is a high-income nation with a vibrant private sector and a substantial safety net. Discovery of oil and gas off the coast in the 1960s gave the country an economic boost, and today Norway is one of the world's leading petroleum exporters. Number 6. Finland. Geography defines the history and culture of Nordic Finland, one of the most northern-reaching countries in the world. Bordered by Norway, Sweden, Russia, the Baltic Sea, and the Gulf of Bothnia, Finland and its vast stretches of heavily forested open land acts as a northern gate between west and east. Sweden and Russia alternatively ruled Finland from the late 12th to early 20th centuries. The country declared independence following the Russian Revolution, and in 2017, Finland celebrated 100 years of independence. Finnish culture played an essential role in establishing national identity. The Kalevala, a 19th-century collection of poems compiled from folk songs ballads, is viewed as helping solidify the Finnish spirit. Number 7. Germany. Germany, the most populous nation in the European Union, possesses one of the largest economies in the world and has seen its role in the international community grow steadily since reunification. The Central European country borders 9 nations, and its landscape varies, from the northern plains that reach to the North and Baltic Seas to the Bavarian Alps in the south. Germanic-speaking tribes in Northern Europe date to antiquity, but the modern German state took shape in the 19th century. Defeats in the 2 world wars of the 20th century left the country divided, and reunification occurred in 1990 following the collapse of the East German Communist state. Germany is a parliamentary democracy. The legacy of Nazism expresses itself today in the form of tough laws that address both hate speech and the denial of the Holocaust. Number 8. Netherlands. Situated along the fringes of Western Europe, the Netherlands is a coastal lowland freckled with windmills characteristic of its development around the water. 3 major European rivers, the Rhine, Meuse and Scheldt, run through neighbors Germany and Belgium into the nation's busy ports. The Kingdom of the Netherlands emerged in 1815 after years of Spanish and later French occupation. In 2010, a collection of island territories in the Caribbean known as the Dutch Antilles were disbanded, but Aruba, Curaçao and Sint Maarten remain constituent countries within the kingdom. Number 9. Australia. The Commonwealth of Australia occupies the Australian continent. The country also includes some islands, most notably Tasmania. Indigenous people occupied the land for at least 40,000 years before the first British settlements of the 18th century. Number 10. New Zealand. British and Polynesian influences course through picturesque New Zealand, an island nation in the Pacific Ocean southeast of Australia. Early Maori settlers ceded sovereignty to British invaders with the Treaty of Waitangi in 1840, and European settlers flooded in. Today, 70% of Kiwis, a common term for the people of New Zealand after a native flightless bird, are of European descent. A sense of pride has surged among the Maori, the country's first settlers who now account for about 14%, as homeland grievances become more openly addressed. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe for a new video.